Moving abroad is exciting, but let's be real. It's not all about new adventures and stunning travel photos. There are things no one tells you, things that can make or break your time in a new country. And I wish I'd known these before I packed my bags for the UK. So, if you're an international student gearing up for this journey, you're in the right place. Let's dive into 5 crucial lessons that would have saved me a lot of stress, time, and yes, even money. All right, let's kick off with the topic that probably causes most of us sleepless nights: money. It's the elephant in the room, but here's the truth. I didn't realize just how expensive life in the UK could be. Yes, I knew it would cost, but trust me, budgeting in a foreign currency is a whole new game. Here's a question for you. Do you know what a loaf of bread costs in pounds? Because that was a real shocker for me. And it's not just about groceries or rent. There's something even more surprising about UK expenses that no one prepared me for. So, while budgeting is essential, it's only one part of financial survival. Let's talk about accommodation. I went into it assuming finding a place would be easy with all the housing ads around, right? Wrong. Not only is it competitive, but landlords in the UK have some pretty strict requirements. Picture this: references, deposits, sometimes even a guarantor, which, by the way, is not always easy to get as an international student. At one point, I was considering if I'd have to convince my home country neighbor to pretend to be my UK guarantor. But there's actually a trick to securing a good place without all the hassle, and I wish I'd known it before my first week. Once your housing is sorted, though, the next big challenge hits: getting around. So, here's something that threw me off balance. Public transport is amazing here, but it's also something you need to strategize. Forget driving everywhere. This is the land of trains, buses, and if you're lucky, Uber rides that won't drain your bank account. But did you know there are student discounts on almost every mode of transport? Quick question: ever paid the tourist tax by getting on the wrong train and ending up miles from your destination? Been there. But with a few apps and some planning, there's a way to save tons of cash and avoid these rookie mistakes. While getting around is essential, you'll also want to know how to get settled in the day-to-day life of the UK. Let's talk culture shock. Now, I thought I was pretty prepared, having watched all the British shows and researched customs. But there's nothing like experiencing it firsthand. You'll quickly find that British politeness can be a bit of a code. Yes means maybe, and maybe, well, that's practically a no. Also, prepare yourself for endless tea breaks. Who knew a cup of tea could solve all of life's problems? But there's a bigger cultural hurdle that might catch you off guard, and this one affects your friendships, your classes, and even your job prospects. Now that you're prepped for the cultural quirks, let's talk about the one thing every international student needs to conquer: the UK academic system. If you think academics will be similar to back home, think again. The UK education system is a whole new beast. In my first semester, I made the mistake of thinking studying meant cramming, only to find out that what matters here is critical thinking, analysis, and plenty of independent study. And if you think participation doesn't matter, wait until your first assessment. There's a unique approach to scoring that no one warned me about, and it's something you'll want to know if you're aiming for top marks. So there you have it. 5 things I wish someone had told me before I made the big move. Each of these lessons taught me how to navigate life smarter, save money, and focus on what really matters. And speaking of being smart with money, there's one strategy that could transform your finances for life. If you're ready to learn the power of compounding and how it can build your wealth, click on the video here to dive into that game-changing concept. Trust me, You don't want to miss it.